Hi there, Cancer. Thank you for joining me for your angel reading. This is your general angel reading for the week of December 13th through 19th of 2021. So, it is getting very close to Christmas. And so the energies this week are a little different, than similar week, would be any other time of year. And so let's just see. The cards are a little just slow to come out. They're falling out kind of in clumps, which is not helpful. Oh, there we go. Here's another one. And let's just see what the rest of the messages are. Okay. And so we have the spirit animal cards and we have the fairies. One of the fairy decks. So there are two. Well, I have two. And so let's just see. So this is a general reading, right? That means that all your guardian angels have come together as a group and are offering a group message. So some parts of this may not resonate with you. That's what that means. They just might be for somebody else, and that's exactly as it should be. So here we go. Okay. All right. So have some perseverance. There's something that you need to kind of follow up on, maybe more than once, see what happens, because you really do want to follow up on this. This is important for you and to you. And so, so do that. It's to your benefit. It feels like it's like a difficult task for you, like paperwork, something like that, something that you find unfamiliar, that you feel unsure about, but it is definitely to your benefit to follow through and really make sure you cross your T's and dot your I's. Make sure that you understand everything about that before you go forward, before you finish with it, right? Nobody thinks poorly of you for asking more questions, right? It's sometimes hard maybe to pin down the person you're asking the questions of and get them to actually answer, but you do need to stay with that until you are satisfied. Yes. So sometimes it's not that they're not answering. They are. It's that perhaps they didn't understand your question, or perhaps they've answered in a way that you don't understand. It doesn't really matter what the circumstances are. Make sure you fully understand before you continue. Okay? It feels like you're going to continue anyway. That's not the thing. That's not the issue. But you need to know all the stuff because it just makes it so much easier going forward. Okay. There is an illusion going on here. For some of you, this is you fooling yourself. For some of you, there is somebody else trying to pull the wool over your eyes. This will become obvious. Your angels are going to show you this. So when you see it, believe it. Realize that yes, indeed, that there is something more for you to be aware of, right? Because part of the problem, or not problem, but part of the how this works in your world is that even when you're shown that there's an illusion, you tend to shy away from that. It's a little bit of like you don't want to acknowledge that you've been being fooled, or that you've been fooling yourself, that but it's time. You need to acknowledge this. You need to look at it deeper. You need to see what's going on, and you need to just step forward into the new, what the real is, right? When this is yourself, you fooling yourself, it's not your fault. Specifically, it's something that you've believed forever, and you're just in such a habit of believing it or thinking it or doing it or whatever, that then when suddenly it's like, oh my gosh, maybe there's a different way to do that. It takes you by surprise and you go, I have been doing this wrong my whole life. What is wrong with me? Nothing. Nothing is wrong with you. It's just how you learned it. It's how you were taught that when you were a kid, probably, and you just never rethought it. Maybe it worked good for the other person who showed it to you or taught it to you, but it's not working for you anymore. And so that is the illusion that you've been living under since then. And so now you're seeing the real thing, like the veil is off. Let yourself just step into that. It's not likely to be anything that other people really realize in you, but it's going to be like not quite earth-shattering or anything like that, but it'll be something a little bit momentous that you're going to go, you will notice, right? That you're going to go, oh my God, I've been doing it wrong this whole time. Nah, don't worry. It's good. Everything was fine up until now when you're seeing through the illusion. And so now's the time to change it up. Same with, any people that you're suddenly seeing a different thing, a different side of them, a different whatever. So whether they were trying to fool you deliberately or whether this is their own illusion for themselves that they haven't realized yet, doesn't really matter. It's okay. Just go forward knowing this now about them. That's all. It's all good. It's all good. Okay. Yeah, and so in the same way, just be accepting of yourself, they call it your follies. Accept your follies and find the teaching in them. Yeah, like just go forward, understanding that you are human too, and you make mistakes and you do foolish things sometimes. And you are not always what you seem or what you want to be exactly. Sometimes we like to really see ourselves as being these wise, ethical, beautiful beings. But when it comes right down to it, we're not always that in our behavior, right? Sometimes we tell a little white lie and don't even realize we've done it, And meanwhile, we're holding ourselves on this pedestal saying, oh no, I'm above that. I don't lie. Well, really? Right? And so just accepting yourself as human with foibles and with your little quirks, the things that you do, that is what makes you unique. That's what makes you human. And accept that. And whatever you feel is valuable to change, then change it. Okay. All right. Be honest with yourself about that stuff. So this is the same thing, this illusion. There's something that you've not been being honest with yourself about. And again, partly, maybe you haven't even been seeing it. You haven't been aware of it. Well, it's coming to your awareness now. Without awareness, there is no choice. With awareness, there is choice. Now you get to decide what you're going to do. Maybe you're choosing to do nothing. That's not what's being advised, but it's your choice, right? And so now that you're aware that you've been fooling yourself or that there's something you have just not been seeing or not been doing, now you get to choose what to do about that. And this is all within you, right? It really, really helps you to be honest with yourself. So all that feels very like a lot of really deep personal growth, It feels like your core just becoming more free and more flexible and more real, right? And free and flexible, but also solid. I know those seem to be contradictory, but they're not. They create your foundation even better than what it was. So you're doing all this inner work and it's beautiful and it's hard work sometimes, but it's necessary for this personal growth that you're doing. And then, part of your week, because that all feels so sober and so serious and everything, right? Kick up your heels. Woo! I'm sorry. Yikes. I made the camera dance. Kick up your heels and have some fun is what your angels are saying. Laugh more. Like let things be lighthearted, the things that can be. You are doing a lot of personal inner growth work, and that is beautiful and it's amazing and it's hard work, but it doesn't have to be serious all the time. I mean, you're not doing it every minute of every day. So have some fun, have some laughter and some joy. Go dancing and tell jokes and enjoy yourself. Just wow, just kick your heels up. Kick your heels up. Have a party. Let it be joyful and lighthearted and happy. Anyway, okay. All right, that's beautiful. So let's see, what's our last bit of wisdom here from the daily guidance cards? Yeah, let your past go. This is a lot of that illusion and being honest with yourself stuff. Letting go of those past things which are no longer serving you. They weren't your ideas to start with. They were ingrained in you before you were the age of 7. And so, the things that were true for those people who taught them to you are not necessarily true for you. Okay. All right. What a great reading for you. Really a beautiful personal reading for you. Okay. Cancer, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you very much. And I love you. And I'll see you next week.